All right. Good morning, y'all. Today we're going to be doing 3.4.15. It is setting up a computer, and I know that in person you all could do this, but it is difficult in the simulation labs. Just a reminder, um, generally, this top portion is going to be what you should be imagining yourself as, and then these bulleted points are um, the step-by-step instructions. So first step is to plug the power strip into the wall. I'm going to go find that in outlets. I'm going to drag it to our workspace. And then as we have it selected down here, the connector should be listed below. And we're going to take that, we're going to click and drag into the wall outlet, giving this power strip power. And that was actually step 2. Connect the following components to the computer. We have the keyboard, the mouse, and the speakers. So if I want to connect stuff to my computer, generally a safe place to go is to the back of it. And then we are going to go ahead and drag out all the items that it wanted to. So there's some speakers, there's a keyboard, and there is a mouse. I'm going to click on the mouse up here, and it selects the mouse, and it shows its listed connectors. Here we just have a USB-A connector. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and scroll over just a tad. And I see 2 USB connectors right here and right here. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll over and click on the keyboard and scroll back over. Well, I'll show you guys. I clicked on the keyboard. Um, and I'm going to take that USB Type A connector unconnected. I'm going to put that. Oh, I'm going to put that in a USB. And then the speakers, this one is a little bit trickier. So we have a 3.5 millimeter TRS connector that is unconnected. It could technically fit in any one of these selections, but we want it in the green one. The reason for that is the red is a line in, typically used for microphones. The black is typically used for subwoofers, and then other stuff that I honestly don't know. That is important if you ever want to set up like a home theater setup. Okay, so we've connected the keyboard, the mouse, and the speakers. Um, Now it says add the monitor to the workspace, then use the appropriate cables to connect it to the computer and to the power strip. I'm just going to zoom out just a tad, and I'm going to put the monitor in the workspace and go to the back of it. That's where all of our connectors should be. Use the appropriate cables. So I know that this plug, I'm going to zoom in. I know this plug right here is an AC power cable, right? Because if I click on the AC power cable, it shows our different connectors. We have the female and the male. You should be very familiar with the male side of the AC power connector because it's what goes into the walls in America. And this female side goes in here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put that other side into the um, power strip. Okay. Now we need a way for the computer to output video to the monitor. Like we need to build that road. I see 3 different cables. I know that Cat5e cable with RJ45 connectors is um, is Ethernet, right? If you look at it, if you click on the details, you know it's Ethernet. But we don't want that. That's Ethernet. We want video, and I know this DVI-D to DVI-D cable is video. You might recognize these connectors. So I'm going to go ahead and drag one side to here, right? And, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and drag that. And then I will drag the other side over. Oh, over. There we go. How did I know that it wasn't this connector? Well, I do know this is a VGA connector. These right here. They're typically blue. DVI is, let me take this off. DVI is typically white, and VGA is typically blue. VGA is a little bit older than DVI. Okay. And then it says use a network cable to connect the computer to the network port in the wall plate. So I'm going to zoom out. We see this wall section right here. And I see Ethernet cable. Let me zoom in. This is kind of important. So in the wall, we have this wider one and this skinnier one. And then we have two pictures. This one is a computer, even if you can't tell. But this one, you can probably tell it is a phone. Let me zoom in even more. Computer and then phone. So the telephones use what's known as an RJ11, and that came before the RJ45. The telephone requires less information than the internet. So we're going to go ahead and plug this RJ45. Well, I'm just going to select it, and then I'm going to take one connector, plug it into the computer side, which is wider. And then I'm going to go to the back of the computer. What is this? Oh. Going to go to the back of the computer and take this unconnected side and put it in this Ethernet port. Okay. And that should be all. Go ahead, score. Oh, plug the computer into the power strip. I didn't do that, but that's a passing grade. Yes, I did not. You would take this extra AC power cable after you plug in the power strip and put it into the back of the computer, and then plug the other side, the male side, into the power strip. And I'll show you that really quickly. Go to the back of the computer, go to the cables, take one of these, click it, take the female side, and that goes into the power supply, which is towards the top, into this plug right here. We see three prongs here, and then since this is the female side, the prongs go into the female side, and then zoom out. Oh, I need my power strip, don't I? I'm gonna hit partial connections here because I know that this cable is only connected on one side. And I'm gonna take that male part and plug that into the power strip, and that's all that we missed.